Greetings and salutations. If you are new to the channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. My name is askEricMoss. I am a motivational speaker, personal trainer, and modern day performing strongman. If you are unfamiliar with what a modern day performing strongman is I perform feats of strength like bending steel bars, breaking chains, twisting horseshoes, holding back motorcycles, rolling up frying pans, and that sort of thing as part of a live show, kind of like a modern day version of the feats of strength shows from the past, like what the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass and other strongmen like that would do, but with a modern day twist. Now, being a modern day performing strongman, I know that people have questions for me about my approach to strength, my philosophy, my knowledge set, that sort of thing. So I started a YouTube series called askEricMoss, where I would invite you to ask me a question by dropping it in the comments below, and I would get back to you with your very own custom video. Pretty neat, right? So this question comes from Matt Ward, and he says, how did strongmen train their abs? Alexander Zass has something like 3 people stand on his stomach while his head and feet were on chairs. I know you've seen that picture most likely. How you think he trained that? Thank you for asking. Now, one of the things with that particular feat, it's not so much just an ab exercise. It is actually your ability to remain in a reverse plank position. Now, what do I mean by that? Would be something like the TRX, but in this case, supported by your neck. Now, if you've seen my show or you've seen clips of me perform recently, I have this one feat where people put a paving stone on my stomach and then they whack it as hard as they can with a sledgehammer. Meanwhile, I'm bridged out between 2 chairs. In actuality, with that feat, abs are involved. Of course they are. But it's also about like the strength of everything else. And when you look at the way that the strongmen of old trained, they didn't have a lot of ab-specific things. I mean, there are pictures of Eugen Sandow doing what he described, I believe, as curl-ups with some dumbbells. And Arthur Saxon had a thing where he would hold weights overhead like this, while he would go like that, which would train your obliques and all that sort of thing. But with the way that they trained, and keep in mind, this is speculation, they had a tendency to train lifts, not so much trying to isolate their abs and that sort of thing. And as you train the lifts, as you train the feats, the abs are part of that. So a lot of times when they're doing these feats, it's simply demonstrating strength that they've already built up. Sometimes just practicing that specific feat, sometimes just lifting in general, and it's like, hey, check out what else I can do. So to answer your question, I don't think that they had a specific training plan for their abs, but more they incorporated their abs while doing heavy support feats, while lifting heavy things, that sort of thing. And it depended on which strongman that you were talking that is in question. You mentioned specifically Alexander Zass. Alexander Zass credits a lot of his strength to isometrics, primarily. So as an example, hold on, let me just find this thing real quick. This is a steel bar. This is one that I cut specifically for performing isometrics, so I could do things like crowbars and landscaping spikes and things along that nature. Now, as I push down on this, maybe I should get a stool so you can see me. Much like Alexander Zass and the Mighty Adam, I'm not that tall of a guy. So, spammers. So, As you're pushing down, your abs are contracting against an irresistible force. Consequently, if you're deadlifting or doing neck bridges, which wrestling and that sort of thing was popular with the strongmen of old, many times the strongman was also the local wrestler. I know that actually both the mighty Adam and Alexander Zass worked as wrestlers in various things. I don't remember who the mighty Adam had beaten, but he had beaten some pretty notable people. And Alexander Zass was the wrestler in his circus. A common exercise in wrestling would be neck bridges. So that would be demonstrating the strength that they've built up doing other things. So I hope that answers your question. If you want additional information or you need a follow-up video or you have additional questions, drop it in the comments below and I'll create a follow-up video. If anybody else has any questions, drop it in the comments below and I'll create a customized video for you. But that is it for today. Please stay happy. Well, actually, if you liked this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. If you want to see more of this sort of thing or you want to see the vlogumentaries that I do for my various shows, subscribe to the channel. If there's anybody that you think should see this, please share it with them. In the meantime, please stay happy, healthy, and strong. Eric Moss, over and out.